So I'm now going to ask you that question and you're going to answer it, Victoria. You said that it was unfair to do a mass amnesty for undocumented immigrants, and and how that's unfair to the legal immigrants attempting to come into this country. So what is more fair to the legal immigrants attempting to come into this country? Waiting 20 years
I
to
think
come into
what's
a
more
country with a
fair.
weak economy, with less jobs and a lower quality of life for the average American, or waiting 20 years to come into a country with a better economy, more jobs, and a better quality of life for the average American?
Bro, either way, they're gonna have an upgrade from from wherever they come. Like they came to the country for a reason, for a better quality of life. So either way, it's gonna be an improvement for them.
I know, but one is going to be more of an improvement than the other, meaning one is going to be more fair than the other. So how could you say
Improvement is
the
improvement.
more improvement compared to less improvement is unfair compared to less improvement over more improvement? This
Improvement
is
is
like
improvement, and
basically
I'm talking
telling
about the
me
majority
that
too.
somebody giving me $50 instead of $100 is unfair. Wait, sorry, somebody giving me $100 instead of $50 is unfair and bad for me. Silly
I'm
Victoria.
not saying that
That is
actually.
what you're saying, and I just described 3 times how that's what you're saying. Is everybody watching the live clear on how that's what she's saying when she says that mass amnesty that makes this country better is unfair for the legal immigrants that have waited 20 years to come into this country? Obviously, that's going to be better for them too once they're in the country. And you're saying it's unfair to have a better country for them to immigrate into? That makes no sense.
Bro, the fact is, it's gonna be better for them either way. Like either way, mass deportation, mass amnesty is gonna be better. It's
I'll
gonna be an
repeat this one
improvement.
last time, but you're saying the two views, two versions of the country. One version of the country is slightly better than the other. You're saying that if we give them the first version of the country that is slightly better than the second, that's somehow unfair to them. How is it unfair to them to give them the slightly better country?
I never said it was unfair.
Yeah, you did. You said
I
that
was
giving mass
saying,
amnesty to undocumented immigrants is unfair for illegal immigrants.
yeah, because they're still out at the legal ports waiting for entry. While these people who entered legally suddenly get this leeway to become citizens while they're still out there waiting to be approved
Okay, but
and
assuming if we
become
do
legal.
this mass amnesty, it'll make that legal wait shorter, and after that shorter legal wait, they'll walk into a better country for them. There's nothing about the material
Dean,
conditions of these immigrants that is being made
couldn't a
worse
middle
by
ground
mass
for all of
amnesty.
this?
In fact, the material conditions of these immigrants is being made better by mass amnesty. You're saying the plan that will only materially benefit legal immigrants is worse for the legal immigrants. Maybe you're just anti-immigration, Victoria. Maybe you don't actually care about the lifestyles of these people. Maybe you don't care about the quality of life for these people. And you just want to use legal immigrants as an argument to try to win a debate. And when I'm able to point out how you're just trying to use legal immigrants that you don't care about as an argument to win a debate because you think you could rhetorically position what I'm describing to be unfair for them, even when I clarify that it makes their material conditions better, you don't care. Wonder why that is.
Dean, the fact is a middle ground that we could both, I'm sure we could both agree on is making the legal ports of entry like way more attainable than they are now.
Why would I
And
concede a
that would
winning argument? Because so far you haven't been able to tell me why mass amnesty is not preferable to mass deportation,
do
and
you
now you're just
disagree with
asking me to
that?
give it up.
Do you disagree with that? You don't think we should improve the legal ports of entry that we currently have?
I think we should improve the legal ports of entry and offer undocumented immigrants mass amnesty compared to mass deportation. You don't have a counter
Why do
argument against
both?
that. Why
Why
do
do
you?
both?
Because it's better for the country.
It benefits the country either way. And I already gave you my arguments on that.
Would I rather this country be benefited by a factor of 1 or benefited by a factor of 100? Obviously, I'd rather this country to be benefited by a factor of 100, Victoria. You're now arguing that we should intentionally not do things that help this country. Yeah, now's the point where I'm going to start making the claim that you're likely racist. Feel free to prove me wrong by demonstrating some rational defense for your last claim that we shouldn't implement policy that will make this country better.